While passing through St. Louis recently, I had the opportunity to revisit a place that I've been a number of times over the years, a nature center called Powder Valley Conservation Nature Center. Powder Valley celebrated their 25th anniversary in 2016, and my time in visiting it goes back to actually before they first built the center there. I worked at that time for the Missouri Department of Conservation, and one of my responsibilities was to help plan centers. And so I spent a fair amount of time on the ground there on that property long before there were anything more than surveyor stakes in place. So it was interesting to have a perspective of years when I revisited it recently. Indoors, the place hasn't changed a great deal, at least in terms of the architecture. They have not expanded the building. It's the same building that was originally built there. It was very functional and very beautiful at the time. It still is. Inside, the exhibits have changed. They have been updated and expanded and revised over the years. And so, while they always offered a very rich experience, now they offer a more up-to-date one. The latest topics are covered, and a lot of money, frankly, has been invested in the exhibits at Powder Valley. So folks who are in the business of developing nature centers and thinking about building exhibits would be well advised to stop by there and get some ideas and some sense of what can be done in a nature center setting. Outside, things have both stayed the same and changed as well. It was always a beautiful forest. There's something in the neighborhood of 110, 115 acres there on the property. And it was very impressive when we first saw it in the late 1980s, and still is. Big trees, really some remarkable forest given that it's in a very urban setting right where two interstates come together there in the southwestern part of town. One of the things that's also changed, though, and I would say not for the better, is that the understory of that forest has been pretty seriously altered by deer. That's not a new thing for a lot of urban nature centers. In 1991, when Powder Valley opened, it was unusual, to say the least, to see deer there. Now, not so much. And the impact is that deer, which are selective foragers, selective browsers, have severely limited the diversity, or eliminated, I should say, some of the diversity that existed in the understory, at least to my eye. It's one of the things that nature centers in this day and age wrestle with, grapple with, and one of the things that you can learn by visiting other places. I certainly urge you, if you're in the St. Louis area, to drop by and experience Powder Valley Conservation Nature Center. It's a beautiful spot with a lot of lessons to teach us. Helping nature centers succeed in a 21st century world, I'm Dave Catlin.